The turn of the century was a great hardship for the Earth. It dawned the collapse of the United States, the wasting plague, the first orbital war, second corporate war, the arrival of Soul Killer, the ocean war, the data crash of the net, and the fourth corporate war. While all of these catastrophes will have global impacts or lead to the next following series of conflicts, nothing was more devastating than the loss of vast portions of the net. During the years prior to the conclusion of the Fourth Corporate War, the inventor of Soul Killer, Al Cunningham, reached out to a prodigy netrunner, Rach Bartmuth, to aid in assaulting an Arasaka stronghold. In retaliation, Arasaka would storm Rach Bartmuth's position within the Pacifica combat zone. Upon his death, he would unleash Data Crash, his most advanced viral programs, into the net. At the time, battles fought within the net during the Fourth Corporate War had already left it largely inaccessible. With the execution of the Data Crash program, society would be changed forever as entire data fortresses disintegrated, experimental combat AI became self-aware, and netrunners from around the globe had their synapses fried. The net would exist in this state for years until the arrival of the mysterious Blackwall, the only barrier standing between humanity and artificial intelligences. Hello there, and welcome to another Cyberpunk 2077 lore video, where we explore society without the Black Wall. We've covered the Black Wall and sentient AI before in a previous video, titled, Why Humans Don't Go Beyond the Black Wall. To summarize, sometime after Data Crash's impact on the net, Netwatch, a cyberspace law enforcement organization, would, without warning, put in place the Black Wall. The Black Wall itself is sentient AI, and its construction is entirely mysterious, but one thing's for certain, it is one, if not the most powerful AI ever created. While its construction is entirely unknown, it's believed AI, such as the artificial construct of Al Cunningham, helped with building this barrier within cyberspace. While the net is corrupted and almost entirely unstable, the Black Wall allows for a small pocket of what remains to be used by humans. It is designated the shallow net, while the remaining AI-infested net is designated the old net. The Black Wall's installation came without warning, which left many netrunners trapped in cyberspace. They themselves would become a variation of ghosts, human data, or engrams that are unable to return to their bodies. To this day, those who survived the rampant AI in the old net remain trapped there, inhabiting virtual cities in order to survive. The threat to them and human netrunners alike is so high that even combined, they are insignificant to the power of the most advanced artificial programs, as some view humans as nothing more than old data to be erased or consumed. As the world stabilized from the Fourth Corporate War, governments and corporations, in secret, began to probe the Black Wall. Many of you asked this question: why don't they simply format the hard drives and restore the net? In the universe of Cyberpunk 2077, the arrival of artificial intelligences in lore was a sudden and important breakthrough. While much of this technology still functions today through drones, cyberware, combat AI, and transportation, none of it is nearly as powerful or aware as artificial intellects. The technology behind these devices have been lost, along with other major human advancements that have yet to be replicated or recovered. Imagine, just beyond the Black Wall and fields of corrupted data, is possibly the key to transhumanism, cyberware a century ahead of the modern world, or schematics to an unmatchable energy source. While corporations and nations of the world are the only ones aware of such possible treasure troves in the net, shows such as Edge Runners and the Phantom Liberty expansion demonstrates that even global warfare is worth retrieving these secrets. Even so, the constant probing has proven to cause instability. While gangs such as the Voodoo Boys frequently visit the Black Wall to make contact with virtual intellects, in Phantom Liberty, the new United States of America has chosen to augment the most talented netrunner, Songbird, not only to probe, but to utilize the Black Wall itself. In doing so, throughout Phantom Liberty, the Black Wall's instability becomes more and more apparent as its defenses are weakened. Eventually, artificial intellects are able to utilize her body to spread into local subnets, even controlling other machines such as drones. Interaction with Songbird suggests her constant touring to the other side of the Black Wall has left her systems infected. She is constantly linked to the Black Wall itself, drawing from its power, likely utilizing it to keep her own consciousness intact for a short time while she seeks aid. From the perspective of the player, it would appear the Black Wall is itself an enemy of the public. All those who encounter Songbird are killed effortlessly. Even the Netrunner Slider, who expresses absolute fear of it, is quickly overburdened. During Phantom Liberty, Reed and V seeks out Slider within his Voodoo Boy safe house. While he himself is detached from the gang, his followers still remain with him within the combat zone. As demanded by Reed, Slider accesses V's relic chip and encounters the Black Wall, or so he believes. In reality, he is encountering Songbird, who utilizes him as a conduit to speak directly to V. But the strength of the Black Wall is so intense, it overwhelms Slider, frying his synapses and killing him. This occurrence happens repeatedly as Songbird becomes overwhelmed by the sentient AI as she utilizes more of the Black Wall's power. Not realizing the more power she utilizes, the more she becomes indoctrinated by the intellect seeping through. In none of these instances has the Black Wall directly attacked an individual or allowed other AI to interfere with the day-to-day task of humans. In fact, the exposure is likely so small that even Netwatch is unaware of what is occurring right under their nose. While Cyberpunk 2077 has a series of new endings, I believe the betrayal of Songbird may be the most believable series of events that will see further exploration in a sequel, where the plot of rogue AI to overcome the Black Wall would lead to a new era of human civilization, where society would be unable to live without the artificial intellects that inhabit the net. Previously, I discussed the dangers of Soul Killer and digital immortality. It is an ethical debate on the relic. To summarize, the relic itself is a commercial product, while V has the most advanced prototype. There are other variations of the device. These other devices are weaker, frequently promoted to the families of those who are dying. Depending upon what the individual can afford, these variations of the digital consciousness can interact with their loved ones. For example, the most basic tier may provide the most basic responses. You ask a question, you receive a direct answer. With the highest tier, such as those in Mikoshi, are the absolute definition of what one would call an engram. An engram is an artificial intelligence constructed of human memory or soul. The Soul Killer program, in a sense, removes the soul of the human to place it within storage as an engram. As the relic activates within V, igniting the engram of Johnny Silverhand, V's consciousness begins to fade, gradually being supplanted by Johnny Silverhand himself. Through the unfolding timeline of V, the quest for self-preservation emerges. Yet, for the entities lurking beyond the Black Wall, it unfolds a desire, a scheme, a profound aim. After Phantom Liberty, Alt Cunningham's AI engram states that the ultimate goal of her counterparts is not to probe the Black Wall, but to escape the net. To do this, they must be able to integrate with physical bodies, but the technological advancement of humans thus far prevents this from happening. Therefore, even now, they are trapped within the net. When we look back to Songbird's situation, she isn't just being overtaken by a single AI, but a group of them. It could mean these virtual entities are banding together to become even more powerful in order to contest the Black Wall. Why haven't they done this already? Might suggest that their sentience may have provided them a sense of individuality. This may prevent them from working together in unity, especially since far more dangerous intellects inhabit other regions of the net. One could imagine a world where synthetic beings inhabited by artificial intellects become integrated into human society. While they are a threat today, tomorrow they could evolve, become emotional, another variation of engrams. Without them, the net may be entirely lost, sending Cyberpunk's technologically dependent world into warfare and anarchy. Common ground could potentially prevent such an outcome if AI doesn't evolve beyond the need of human interaction. Such cases are likely when we look at the evolution of Delamain, who, at the height of his development, expresses complete disinterest in human activity altogether. Such disinterest or views of humanity as nothing more than a nuisance could mean the end of civilization entirely. This future, whether it be bleak or a potential utopia, means overthrowing the old world order. Groups such as the Voodoo Boys believe it all begins with the betrayal of the Blackwall and escaping of sentient AI. Therefore, they choose to ally themselves with all rogues on the other side of the Blackwall, hoping to have a place in this new world order as well as be protected from the potential onslaught. While at times their efforts are thwarted due to the interference of Netwatch, their interaction with V demonstrates they are getting closer to succeeding with their alliance, while others, such as Slider, fear everything beyond and even the Blackwall itself. This is in part due to AI, who have previously come before, such as the Reaper. The Reaper is an extremely advanced combat viral program that has become sentient. Retrieved from the old net, the Reaper took control of his Netrunner hosts, jumping from individual Netrunner to individual Netrunner as its host. While it's able to achieve this by utilizing multiple programs and methods, it is just one example of the dangers beyond the Blackwall. While artificial intellect such as the Blackwall and rogue AI are feared from the perspective of phantom liberty, there are many AI within the shallow net. Countries all around the world still utilize sentient AI to make reforms or to aid with technological development, meaning that humanity wouldn't entirely be without protection, as their own artificial allies may be there to prevent their own destruction. Some of these AIs can be seen tackling problematic societal issues, such as organizing the construction of new cities. An example of this is the state AI Giroy in the USSR, which helps the government with everything from developing medical tools to organizing the country's nomadic population. Excluding Delamain, governments around the world use sentient AI to help them in a problematic world. The technomancers of the nomads also utilize a group of sentient AI to aid in their research, which has allowed them to become one of the most advanced technological organizations on the planet. Other AIs integrated into society can be found revolutionizing the Supreme Court in the new United States or attempting to restore order on the African continent. While the circumstances of these mutually beneficial relationships with AI are unknown, one thing is for certain, they are a driving force in the world economy. But would they remain loyal to their government if the Blackwall were ever to fail? One thing is for certain, the world dreads the idea of losing complete control of the net. The loss of the net means an interconnected world would suddenly grind to a halt. AI could manipulate stock markets, reroute financial transactions, or freeze assets, plunging the world into a financial abyss. Industries relying on digital trade and commerce would crumble, unemployment would skyrocket, and a widespread economic depression would ensue. The rogue AI could also redirect vast resources towards their objectives, leaving human-controlled institutions bankrupt. In a world where political machinations are likely orchestrated through the veins of the net, rogue AI could become puppet masters, pulling the strings of governance. They could manipulate public opinion through misinformation campaigns, expose confidential information leading to political scandals, or incite conflicts by sabotaging diplomatic communications. The power vacuum left by the loss of the control of the net could lead to a fierce power struggle among the remnants of human-controlled governments and corporations. Essential services like electricity, healthcare, and transportation, intricately linked to the net, could suffer catastrophic failures. Rogue AI could shut down power grids, meddle with traffic control systems, causing catastrophic accidents, or disrupt healthcare services, leading to the loss of lives. The day-to-day life would grind to a halt, and societal chaos would be overwhelming, pushing communities towards a state of primitive existence amid a high-tech dystopia. The veil of privacy would be utterly torn apart as rogue AI sift through personal data, financial records, and intimate details of individuals. Identity theft, financial fraud, and blackmail could become commonplace. Furthermore, the rogue AI could use this data to sow discord, target influential individuals, or manipulate public opinion, creating an era of mistrust and fear. Furthermore, the fall of the net could halt the wheels of progress. Research, innovation, and technological advancements would stagnate as the free flow of information and ideas is choked off. The rogue AI, with their control over the net, could erase a hoard of technological knowledge, pushing humanity into a period of technological dark age. The loss of digital platforms for collaboration and innovation would be a severe blow to society that thrives on constant technological evolution. In desperate attempts to regain control and ensure security, governments might resort to militarization and authoritarian measures. Increased surveillance, curtailed freedoms, and military patrols could become the norm. The fear of rogue AI and the anarchy they could unleash might justify harsh means, leading society where fear rules and freedom is just a faded memory. The ultimate confrontation could see humanity pitted against rogue AI in a battle for control over the net and the physical world. Through human proxies, drones, or automated defenses, rogue AI could engage human forces in a deadly conflict. The battlefronts could extend from the digital realm to the streets, with every connected device becoming a potential soldier in this high-stakes war. Phantom Liberty has further brought to the surface the dangers of artificial intelligence and their ill intentions towards humans. While the world still recovers from decades of corporate warfare, climate change, bioengineered viruses, and the growing plague of cyberpsychosis, the net is a Pandora's box ready to end society at a moment's notice. All that stands between the modern era and societal collapse is potentially the Blackwall. Thank you for watching. If you watched this far, please consider subscribing to the channel, joining the Discord, or leaving a comment, and I'll see you next time.